Looking for ways to work with cutting-edge technology, make a difference in the lives of millions of people worldwide, and help to grow, literally, your local community? It's all happening somewhere you may not expect. Down on the farm. No, not that farm. We're talking about a high-tech, economy-driving global industry that feeds the world, and it's full of unexpected opportunities. You may think you know what it means to work on a farm, but think again. Here are 5 things that may surprise you about a career in agriculture. Brought to you by Destinations Career Academy. Fact 1. Put down the plow. Farming is a high-tech business.
We're more than just simple-minded country dwellers who inherited their family farms that no education is really involved. That it's strictly row cropping or factory farms pushing out livestock as fast as the market demands. We're more than just that. Agriculture has some of the most technologically advanced machineries and machinery implementing practices that create better food and more quantities of it.
My family's a multi-generation farm family. I've kind of always been fascinated with the agricultural industry, which is what I've been raised on.
We had a lot of interest in agriculture, just a lot of passion for agriculture. You know, we wanted to learn more about it. We wanted to be involved with it.
Fact 2. You may not realize it, but farming is all around us.
Agriculture touches every single person's life. Almost every second of every day, you know, from the food that we eat to the clothes we wear to the houses we live in. It's imperative that everybody take some stock in some way to learn about agriculture because it's the very fiber that holds the world together as we know it. Cotton is soft and comfortable to wear. Cotton that's grown in a field because of agriculture. One example where the industry connects with our everyday lives is just in, for example, like the protein that we take in or the food we eat. That's an obvious answer. For example, I have a student who shows livestock. It's very much a part of who she is. She has a farm where she has ducks and chickens and goats, I think. Those animals will eventually go to market, but that market will be what the general public eats. So for her particularly, like her everyday life as she is growing what someone is going to eat. The livestock that we see in the fields every day are the things that we're putting on our plates. It has to come from somewhere.
Fact 3. Not interested in getting dirty? Farming goes beyond the farm.
Honestly, the current job opportunities are just endless. There's still jobs out there on a family farm or like riding on a combine, that type of thing. But there's jobs in marketing and communication in the florist shop. You can work on a CNC machine, making products for other industries.
I've always had a strong passion for the equipment, specifically John Deere. Currently working at Koenig Equipment, which is the John Deere dealership. I'm kind of focusing in parts as a parts counter specialist, so it's helping customers with figuring out what went wrong with their machine and kind of getting them the right tools and parts necessary to get that machine back up and running. I actually work full-time, so I wouldn't be able to have that flexibility to work full-time if I wasn't an online student.
I work as their service writer. As a service writer, you know, you get to be involved with the equipment, you get to work with planters, you get to work with combines, tractors, anything agriculturally related you are involved with. You get to make quotes for these customers, you get to talk to the farmers one-on-one on what they need for their farm, or if they have an issue, I mean, they're gonna call you up and say, hey, I've got this issue with my planter, or I don't understand why I'm getting this sort of code on my planter or my combine. So we're there to help them, and we're able to send them, you know, send technicians out there that are able to take a look at that and, you know, get them back up and running again.
There's so much more science involved in what we do to cultivate crops that provide nutrients that are so needed to children in third world countries, to the machinery that has GPS that drives itself. We also market ourselves differently too. Obviously, the main goal of agriculture is to feed the world, but we've also started asking the public to see us as helping them improve their lives in other ways too. Botanical gardens and flowers, those are provided because of agriculture. It's really cool to be a part of an industry that's just as vital to the world as healthcare.
Fact 4. The future of farming is science.
I think the future of the industry is going to see that increased level of science and that increased level of technology being put into every aspect of it.
The technology is quickly becoming a huge part of our daily lives. Success within, whether it be an agricultural industry or a production-based industry, and we're kind of figuring out more ways to implement that to meet the higher demands that we have seen over the recent years. My plans after graduation will be to continue my education at a 4-year university and obtain my bachelor's degree. Study agribusiness management and marketing technology. Basically, it's going to be a concentration of agricultural business and sales.
Agriculture has this huge task of having to figure out how to feed the 7 billion plus people who live in this world. And that's a number that just continues to keep growing. So that's a daunting task. So the opportunities open up every day as some new form of technology or innovation comes down the pike. So it's really hard to say where we'll be in another 100 years, but I think it's certain to say that we're going to continue to keep moving forward.
Fact 5. You can get started in the industry right now.
The purpose of our FFA chapter is to encourage more growth in agriculture as well as to promote premier leadership and personal growth. We have a good amount of students and we meet virtually once or twice a week with opportunities to meet in person as well. We are working on competing for different career development events and leadership development events. The students have the opportunity to take what they know from the classroom and to put it into practice with a supervised agriculture experience project.
Our school did not have a FFA chapter. My sister and I started what we call the Ohio Virtual Academy Agricultural Society.
Every other week meetings or weekly meetings, just depending on the time of year, where kids can log on and they can, we have an instructor, a teacher, the club leader, and he has a lesson each time that you log on to these sessions, and you may be learning about how a seeder works, or maybe how a hay baler works, or certain times to plant corn, or what it takes to do this, or maybe the process of making maple syrup.
So whether you're a driven entrepreneur, long for the life in the lab, or drawn to the great outdoors, the ever-evolving, dynamic global industry of agriculture science may be right for you. Get started today with Destinations Career Academy.